Welcome to Set Sports. I'm your host, Angela Veglia, and today we have a great show planned out for you. This spring season, the Manhasset varsity golf team is making another run to try to make states.
We went out and interviewed golf star Justin Chen to see his opinion on the team.
This season, I would like to get better as an individual player, and also I'd also like to make more putts. And I want our team to be more connected, and hopefully we make counties and as a team. My favorite teammate has to be Ryan Lombard. He's just really enthusiastic, and he brings up the whole team. And there's not one day during practice where you don't look at that kid and just laugh. I'm looking forward to playing at Piping Rock. It's gonna be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I'm so glad we can play at such nice courses in Manhasset.
Thanks, Justin. Back to the studio.
Spring sports are back on their way, and each team has been putting in lots of preparation and hard work to be as successful as possible this upcoming season. A very popular sport in Manhasset is lacrosse, which many kids have been playing their whole lives. This lacrosse season is looking to have a bright future, as both the boys and girls teams are coming off a state championship. The boys and girls varsity lacrosse teams each have multiple players in the top 100 players on Long Island rankings for this upcoming season. The players on the boys teams are Cal Gerard, Liam Connor, Matthew Cardullo, Jack Peterson, and James Lapina. The players on the girls teams are Alex Snyder, Caitlin Barrett, and Holly Newman. Both of these teams have been working in the offseason to do their best defending their titles, and so far they are looking great. The boys team has their first game today at 5 o'clock against Southside, who they defeated last year in the county championship. In addition, the boys baseball season has just started as well. They have already taken on their first two games against Hewlett, which they lost on Monday, but then were able to bounce back and win on Tuesday. The score of this game was 8-2. While they had Trey Safiro pitching and many players helping out to get in all those runs. Boys lacrosse season is underway, so we sent reporter Lucine Siamisian down to the field for a highlight on our boys varsity lacrosse team.
The Manhasset boys varsity lacrosse team looks to defend their title. Backed with amazing talent and great coaches, this team is sure to make it far this season.
We had a good template from last year, so we're trying to just do the same things as last year, but we have a different team, so we have to figure that out. It's going to take time, but we're all here to work, and I think we should have the same outcome if we work just as hard.
Last season, the boys lacrosse team won the New York State Championships for the first time since 2010. This year, this team is looking for the same exact outcome.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely unique. Everyone's here to work, and we're excited.
To see these guys not only, get a year older, but they got a year better.
Taking one game at a time, just taking little steps to get where we need to be, which is states.
We got a lot of good players, and everyone's looking to work hard.
Just preparing for ourselves. Just get ready for every team we face, and don't take anyone for granted.
I work out my spot of where I want to be on the bench, but besides for that, yeah, we're having a great time.
Just trying to build chemistry out here, play at a fast tempo on both sides of the ball. We got a lot of players that can make plays out there. And, the expectations of trying to bring back another state title is stuff that we love kind of putting on our shoulders. So we're excited to do our part and work with the guys to put our best foot forward.
Some of these players wear special numbers as a dedication for certain players who have passed in the past years.
It's a great honor. I've come to these Manhasset games for all my life, and I've always seen number 32 and been impressed by people who play it. And I'm just excited to go out there and play with my team with the number that I love.
Wearing number 4 this year is a huge honor, knowing Michael and James Farrell, who are great kids, tragically passed away in it. So to be able to just wear their number and show them on the field and be a part of it, just always be a part of the Manhasset family and tradition, is just a huge honor.
Wearing 44 this year means so much to me. That being handed down to me almost means everything. Doing that for my brother and Ronnie Keys' family just means the world to me, especially for Michael Farrell, James Farrell, and Ryan Keys also.
Lacrosse plays an immense role in the community of Manhasset.
The tradition of Manhasset lacrosse is just everything to us. Lacrosse is everything.
Just doing it for the town, because the town loves it here, and it brings everyone together.
Their next game is April 3rd against Cary High School, and their next home game is April 8th against Darien High School. Make sure to come out and support our team. Now back to the studio.
Thank you, Lucine. There are only a few more weeks of the NHL regular season before the playoffs start mid-April. We welcome in NHL analysts Lucine Siamisian and Roxy Kaligian to discuss what to expect for this year's playoff picture.
There are already a lot of teams who have already clinched their playoff spot. In the East, the Bruins, the Leafs, the Canes, the Devils, and the Rangers have already clinched the playoff berth. The Bruins have already clinched the Atlantic Division title with 115-plus points already on the season. The Bruins will be the number 1 seed in the East, then probably followed by the Canes, unless the Devils somehow kick the Canes out of their spot. With the injury of Andrei Svechnikov, the Canes have had a hard time winning because arguably Svechnikov is their most electric player. In the West, the Knights, the Wild, the Kings, the Oilers, the Avalanche, and the Stars are in the top spots. The Avalanche are looking to defend their Stanley Cup title, but with Gabriel Landeskog hurt, it will be hard to do. The Oilers also jumped out of a wild card spot and moved to 3rd in the Pacific. They're also going all in this year's playoffs since Connor McDavid is having another career year with additional talent like Leon Draisaitl, Darnell Nurse, Zach Hyman, Evander Kane, and more.
So moving on to the wildcard spots. Currently in the East, the Islanders and the Penguins are in the 2 wildcard spots, with the Panthers following close behind. The team has been able to rack up points as of recent, and they've now moved to the first wildcard spot after not even being in a playoff spot or being considered for the playoffs in mid-January, mid-February. In terms of the Pens, they've been on a losing streak recently, but they're able to keep that second wildcard spot because Florida hasn't been winning as of recent as well. Currently, in the Western Conference, the Seattle Kraken and the Winnipeg Jets hold the 2 wildcard spots. Seattle has the first wildcard spot, but they've fallen a bit after being in one of the top Pacific seed spots, but they're still holding a playoff spot. This team hasn't been in the NHL for too long, and the ability of them to make the playoffs this year is great. As for Winnipeg, they missed the playoffs last year, and for them to make the playoffs is great for them as well. They have talented players like Mark Scheifele, who can carry this team really far in the playoffs if they are able to make the playoffs.
Thank you, Lucine Naroxi. With the MLB season coming to a start, we bring in MLB analyst.
Thanks, Andrew. We are also very excited for this year's MLB season to start up. All of the MLB teams have been preparing for the season with spring training that had taken place this year in Florida and Arizona. New York is looking to have very solid teams this season, as the Mets and Yankees are both coming off of incredible seasons from last year. For the Mets fans, the Mets' first game will be on Thursday, March 30th, and their home opener will be a week after on Thursday, April 6th. For the Yankees fans, the Yankees' first game will be their home opener, which will also be on March 30th.
With the NBA season coming to an end, we bring in NBA analyst Blake Seeley to discuss the end of the season and the playoff table.
Thanks, Andrew. The NBA playoffs start in a couple weeks, so let's go over some of the top teams to look out for. In the East, the Bucks and Celtics sit up top. Bucks looking to come back from their poor performance last year, losing to the Celtics in 7 games, but they try to repeat on their championship in 2021. While the Celtics, led by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, look to come back this year after a failed finals performance against the Warriors last year. In the West, a key team to look out for is the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets are led by reigning 2-time MVP Nikola Jokic, who looks to go for his 3rd MVP this season and could be a force to be reckoned with in the West. Another team to not sleep on is the New York Knicks. The Knicks currently have a secure spot at the 5 seed in the East, led by star forward Julius Randle, who made his 2nd All-Star appearance this year. They also have guard Jalen Brunson, who looks to come back from injury. A key player that stepped up for them recently is Emmanuel Quickley off the bench, who has come into a starting spot recently.
That's all we have for today. Thanks for watching.